Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Ryan and Rodrigo. Rodrigo isn't here because he's busy today. Today is actually his big birthday, so he's off celebrating that. But I am here with my very good friend Lisa, who I met so many years ago in the wonderful Seattle University, which I got my diploma here to show off to everybody that yes, indeed, I am educated. I know you might doubt it, but yes, I am. And Lisa, can you tell us just a little bit about yourself? Just very quickly introduce who you are and what you're all about.
Sure. My name's Lisa, like Ryan said. We've known each other for a super long time. I also went to Seattle U. I have education. Yes. And now I have my master's in nursing. So I'm a nurse. That's what I do when I make money. And I live in Spokane. Have a little bit of property here, and just kind of doing it.
It's been so long since I talked to you, man.
I know, it's been forever.
Yeah. Last time I talked to you, you were not where you are now. You changed places.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Not just from Reno to Spokane. You went somewhere else in between.
No, I guess not in between then.
Yeah.
But in the last 5 years, it was like Bremerton, Bozeman, Reno, Spokane.
Bozeman.
Yeah.
What? What were you doing there? What was up in Bozeman? I missed that step entirely, so fill me in.
Yeah, I don't know. Chris wanted to go to school in Montana, so we thought that might be fun. And
was it?
Yeah, it was awesome. We really liked it there. Little
Nice.
cold.
Yeah.
Little cold in the winter. Little bit of a long winter, like October to May. It's kind of winter time there. But it was good. We really liked it. It's just really expensive.
Really?
Yeah, it has like Montana state wages with California cost of living.
That's weird. My cousin lives near my mom was just there. Kalispell. Do you know where that is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he actually moved there for the low cost of living.
Yeah, Kalispell is super nice. Very cheap.
So it's just Bozeman that's expensive?
Uh-huh. Well, it's a college town. It's right outside of Sun Valley. Yeah. And right outside of Yellowstone. So there's a lot of Hollywood, a lot of California money. Okay. So housing prices are actually more than Spokane, but you get paid like, minimum wage-ish, which is like $8 an hour. It's pretty sad.
Fun.
You sort of have to be independently wealthy, which I am
not.
Definitely not.
Not yet?
Not at all.
No?
No, maybe one day.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean,
yeah, I don't play the lottery, so.
Yeah, typically nurses, and Chris is still in the Navy, right?
No, he's an engineer now.
Well, so maybe he'll get rich. That could happen.
So, could happen. Yep. Maybe.
Cool.
Pretty sure we're just going to be like middle class.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
Yeah.
Is that a thing anymore? Can you be middle class?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't lived in the United States for like 10 years now. So.
Wow. Has it really been that long?
Yeah. You're going to have to fill me in on what's going down in the States.
I don't think you want to know.
That's part of the reason that I'm doing these interviews, is that I feel like I have no idea what's going on in my own country anymore. So.
Yeah, some things are just better left. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was like, fuck that place. I don't care anymore.
Uh-huh.
I'm leaving. I'm out.
Yeah. It's the land of plenty, of disaster. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, and every time that I go back, I feel like I recognize it less. You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
and not just like the political stuff, which is crazy, but just the interaction with normal people. I feel like, who are
Hmm.
you? What happened to your brain? Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, man. Like, so the last time I went, I met up with some friends, friends that I had from Canby, but they were
Hmm.
like hippie friends, right?
Oh, can be friends. Yeah.
Yeah, but the hippie ones, the three of
Oh.
them that were in Canby, yeah. and and then like one of them has well, not PTSD, but the one where you can't focus. What is that disease called?
ADHD.
Yes, she has
Yeah.
ADHD. All right.
Hmm.
And I asked her, I was like, oh, so do you think it might be possible that there are more cases of ADHD today because of the internet and social networking? And man, she got so pissed at me. She got so
Really?
angry that I would even suggest this idea.
That could be a thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she was like, no, I was just born this way, and people are always trying to blame me for my illness, and it's victim blaming. I was like, no, man, like, I just,
Whoa.
whoa, like, no, that's not what I was doing. I'm just curious, like, maybe there's a connection here, possibly.
I don't know. I don't think anybody focuses very well, to be honest. I mean, obviously some people much worse than others, but I know my focus is all
Crocus.
crocus. Yeah, like all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hmm. Uh, and what else? Well, something with me,
Hmm.
you know how you guys would make jokes about Friends and I just wouldn't get them because I never watched Friends?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Now
tragic.
I've probably watched Friends more than you
Wow. That's good.
because
You're only 20 years behind, but you're coming up. That'll be all right.
because now now that it's on Netflix, and
Oh, yeah.
it's on a loop on our house constantly.
Oh, you
It's
can't help it.
always on. So
Oh, that
uh,
show.
I'm only a little bit behind, but now I get all of your guys' stupid Friends jokes.
They're not stupid jokes. They're awesome jokes.
I don't know.
They're just dated,
But
which is fine.
but
Most of
like
my jokes are dated.
like I would be watching the show and they would do something and I'd be like, oh my God, that's what the joke was. And
Oh, it
like
makes so much sense now.
Lisa
Yeah.
and Nikki would be laughing about something and I'd be like,
Mhm.
I don't understand why
Yeah.
this is funny, but
15 years later, you're like, oh,
I get it. I get the joke
yep,
now.
I get it now. A
Pivot.
little behind, but that's okay.
Pivot. Now I understand the pivot joke.
Every time, I can't help myself. That's awesome.
A little delayed gratification on the joke, but I got there.
That's all right. At least you get it now. That makes me feel good. I'm not, just throwing blanks. Nobody gets it. It's all good.
And you, what's up with you? Anything new?
I don't know. Everything changes all the time, but I'm
That's true.
starting a new job in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. What's it
Actually,
all
like
about?
1 week. I'm starting a new job.
Yeah. What's that all about?
I'm moving from primary care to be a clinical educator. So I'll be doing all the education for outpatient care.
So like you're gonna be training nurses?
Training, re-educating, helping people grow in their career, figure out what their niche is, teaching on new topics, doing some like ladders to leadership kind of things, making people better at what they do, hopefully. And then the goal is to set up some really good preceptorship programs so that people feel confident in what they're doing and then want to stay. So
That's a lot of responsibility.
yeah,
And
yeah.
somebody thinks that you have enough experience to do that.
I know. How cool is that?
And also like, wow, where did the time go to
Yeah,
gain all of that experience?
a lot of it's more facilitating
Yeah.
than actually like teaching. But just kind of helping people grow in their careers, and hopefully they figure out that they like what they do and feel confident in it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the goal. We want people to be confident in what they do and
Cool.
be better at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be kind of fun. It'll be a new challenge. I'm like just nervous enough. I'm like, okay, I feel a little bit queasy about this. That's probably a good thing. I'm not breaking out in hives, so the balance is there.
It's still a week away, so you have time.
Yeah, I do have time. I have lots of time to panic, which I probably will. Bees. But yeah,
Nice.
I'm pretty excited about that. It sort of fell into my lap. Opportunity presented itself, and I was like, I could do that.
Mm-hmm.
COVID kind of broke me in my current job. You just sort of get burnt out. Like,
I imagine.
all right, it's time for a change. Need something else.
Is it like the same depression every day, just over and over?
A little, and it's kind of, and I feel a little bit like Picard. Every day I show up and I'm like, damage report. Where are we at today?
Well, how bad
Which
is it
not
today?
good. It's
Let's
super
see.
bad. We were just joking, like the beginning of COVID was sort of like more like airplane, actually. It was like every step of the way, you're like, wow, picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue. It's like, just gets progressively worse and worse. It's kind of like that. It's like, what disaster have we come up on today?
Yeah.
We lost like 2/3 of our staff got pulled to go work COVID inpatient units. And obviously primary care is essential. Like we weren't seeing a ton of patients in person, but people still have chronic diseases. They need stuff. So our volume of calls went up, and then trying to figure out how to treat everybody virtually, or how to get them in if they actually need to come in and be seen, and what to do about that with significantly less staff was definitely a journey.
And how has virtual care been going? It's like a totally new idea, right? So you just had to throw it all together at once and improvise?
Yeah, I mean, the
basically?
VA's been working on it for a while, and they have a fairly decent system, but not a lot of buy-in. So the hard part is you're like, hey, we'd like to do your appointment on video, and most of them are like old guys in their 60s and 70s, and they're like, no, I'm not doing that. No. No to that. So then you're like, well, how about a phone call? And they're like, well, what about my toe? And you're like, oh, well.
Well, your toe is invited to the phone call. It
yeah,
can come along.
like it can come. I can't see it. That's why I said the video, but no, not. It's a hard sell. It's definitely a hard sell. But for the people who try it, it works really well. It's great. It's good care. You don't have to come in. You don't have to risk exposure. I don't have to risk exposure, which I love. That's awesome. But doesn't work for everybody. That's fine.
Yeah. Have you been working from home, or do you go there to do the virtual care?
I go in every day. I'm way too distractible for telework. I don't think that would work very well for me. I'd be like, ooh, outside. Maybe I'll do these dishes I've been ignoring for weeks.
Oh, a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm definitely hungry. No, I like the social part of my job, bouncing ideas off of people. I don't like talking on the phone to begin with. So I think if all of my interactions were on the phone, that would be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
But I like going in. We're all masked up and washing hands constantly. So So we got that going for us. We're a little packed in. It's a little tighter than we'd like, but
Yeah. How is your hospital handling it? Like, you're there, you get to see it. Is the hospital handling the situation very well, or
I
what's
think
your?
they're doing a pretty decent job.
Yeah.
Um, we've had a pretty solid incident command team. We have probably some of the best personal protective equipment that I've seen, just from, nurse groups across the country. Most people are really struggling with that, and we've been really lucky. Our inpatient units that worked with positive COVID patients actually had like full PAPRs, and they had dedicated people wiping down the PAPR in between each interaction. So it was pretty solid. Like, thought that was pretty good. People were pretty well protected. We didn't have any of our staff that worked on the inpatient COVID units get turned positive. They were all negative the whole time. So that was pretty good. We've had, I've always had pretty good equipment available to me for what I do. I actually ended up doing all of the in-person visits, all the in-person nurse visits and walk-in visits in primary care during our full surge. So I did that for about probably about 3 months, and always had the right equipment available. So we're pretty smart and pretty lucky about that. I think, that was pretty solid.
Yeah.
In an ideal world, we would have been staffed up, not staffed down. But sometimes you can't avoid that.
Yeah. There's only so many.
I'd say we've
people,
done pretty well. I would give us a solid B.
That's not bad. Would you say that was like due to luck, like just because of some lucky circumstance of where you are and whatnot, or like if you compared your hospital to other surrounding hospitals in Spokane, did the other hospitals fare just as well, or?
I think we've probably done a little better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't been in those hospitals as much, so I can't tell you exactly how it's going. I can tell you we've felt pretty safe. So,
Cool.
So that's good.
I can tell you, like in Canby, where my parents are, they had a huge outbreak at the old folks' home. There were 2 there that had a huge outbreak, and it was so big that it skewed all the statistics for the entire state.
Oh my gosh.
It set back the reopening for the entire state. Just this one retirement house had almost 200 cases in 1 week.
Oh.
And they had to delay everything because of that.
That's God, that's such a drag. Ugh. I get it, but
yeah, it makes sense, but geez.
Yeah, little rough.
And of course, I've seen the pictures of like people putting on saran wrap instead of regular PPE. So
yeah,
it's good to hear that you guys have what you need.
Yeah, which is nice. They've been carefully building up the supply and then tailoring our reopening to how much supply we have and how much we think we're going to need. So that's, it's at least smart. It's decent planning. So far it's been going pretty well. I don't think we're anywhere through the thick of this, but so far so good.
And what about the local population? Or like the people being reasonable about this, or?
Not great.
No.
Not super awesome. We have a mask mandate. It's a lot of this,
not
very
this.
Effective.
This, not this.
This, not this. Yeah, I've also seen some of this.
That's so great. It's useful.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but never mind. It's not worth my breath, actually. Yeah, that part's a little rough. We've been trying not to go out a whole bunch. Curbside pickup is awesome. Works super well. Yeah, people are, average population. It's pretty pretty standard. You see some people who seem to grasp the concept and a lot of people who do not, which is fine. You know, I see a lot of people like eating with gloves on. Well, that doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah. Or like people just going on airplanes.
Oh yeah, just to go.
Yeah, but like even with a mask, you know, like this week there was some viral video of people clapping because the airline forced off some lady that refused to wear a mask. But like you're on an airplane, everyone, and the air is just circulating around. It doesn't matter if you have a mask or not. You're on an airplane. Like,
right? So for 2 seconds you take your mask off, right? Because maybe you have to drink something. I don't know, 4-hour flight. You want to get some liquids, have a snack. Yeah. No thanks.
no.
I'm good. I don't need to do that. I'll pass on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't understand these people, but okay.
I don't know. I follow this group on Facebook called Keeping It Safe Spokane, and it's a lot of bitching about people who don't follow the rules, which is entertaining. I think the goal of the group is like, hey, these restaurants, these companies are doing a really great job, go here, versus like, hey, these ones maybe aren't doing so great, so stay away from them if you can. But it ends up being a lot of bitch, which is funny for me. So I continue to look at it. I don't know. I'm a glutton. What can I say?
Yeah.
But I love the posts that are like, I went to 4 different grocery stores and no one was wearing a mask and I'm high risk. And so I wrote my congressman and my governor and blah, blah, blah. And then someone comments like, hey, did you know that there's curbside pickup that's been around for a little while? Like, help yourself. Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, you can only be responsible for you. I can't make you wear a mask. I cannot be around you though. Like I don't have to go to 4 grocery stores. I could probably not do that. But
yeah. You don't have to go to the grocery. You don't have to go to the restaurant. You don't have to go to the bar.
Right, you super don't have to do that. All these people are like, hey, no one's being safe. I went to these 7 places today and they were all terrible. And you're like, hey, you went to 7 places today. I went to 0 and got no exposure. So I'm crushing it as far as I'm concerned. I didn't wear a mask all day, but I also did not go out. So
who's the winner? Who won that?
Yeah, I think it's me.
But you go ahead and tattle on everyone.
But
Tell everybody.
You do you. Yeah. Yep, you do you. I don't know.
I'll see you when you turn around and end up in the hospital. I'll be there.
Good luck with that. Be happy to help take care of you. Actually, no, I'll be really bitter about having to take care of you.
Yeah.
I'll be mad about it because you didn't, you licked the toilet seats and then you bitched about how dirty they were. So, good luck with that. I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah. So, like, what made you become a nurse? Like, what was it that brought you to that line of work?
Couple of different things. So, obviously, graduating in 2008 was not the best time to be trying to find a career, and struggling with finding jobs that are sustainable and career-like and that pay and whatever. And so I was doing malaria research, and I worked with these really awesome nurses, and I was like, wow, this is really cool. Like, what they do is so awesome. This is really fun. And I was like, and spoiler, like, you can get a job anywhere. They're always hiring nurses. There's a huge nursing shortage. You can work anywhere in the country. I get really bored really fast, so I can't do the same job for more than, like, turns out 2.5 years is my absolute, like, that's the most for me. 2.5. That's as far as I've made it, which is pretty sad. But but I need variety. I get bored, and you can work anywhere in nursing and you don't have to go back to school each time. I was like, I can't keep going back to school because I'm already in way too much debt. So I was like, well, I could go to nursing school, go to school one time, and then do whatever I want and change my job without having to change my career every time. So, so I went for it. I was like, well, I'll just give it a try, see if I like it. And I was a little nervous because inpatient nursing is really sucks. It's a lot like waitressing. People are mean to you. You pass meds, so that part's a little bit different. But for the most part, you know, people suck. It's a hard job.
Yeah, and it really
So I
sucks
was like,
because like nurses are the most important part of the healthcare industry. Because
yeah.
this is something that I've realized. Like doctors can totally be replaced by a computer. Like what do
for the most
doctors
part
actually do?
I don't know. I worked with some pretty great providers, but the backbone is really nursing. You have to have that. That's the eyes and the hands-on right there. You know, that's where your information gathering is happening. That's where the assessment is. Most of your monitoring and assessment is coming from nursing. And then also nurses catch a lot of mistakes.
Yes.
That's the last line of defense. When you're looking at like the Swiss cheese, you're lucky you have that nursing, because that's where the buck stops. So it's kind of important. And it's kind of a big deal.
Like nurses have to be all of those things. They have to be technically proficient, and they also have to be empathetic. Like they have to deal with the shitty people that are just treating them like assholes with a smile and be like, okay.
And also wiping up shit. So I mean, literally, I had a nursing school instructor tell me that poop and crazy people are in every single aspect of nursing. So if you don't like poop and you don't like crazy people, you're in the wrong field.
Well,
there's no escape from that. And so far I've found that to be pretty true.
Like, I don't know, like if you can't accept, tolerate. Yeah.
You gotta be able to tolerate.
Who really likes those things?
I'm not a big fan.
Yeah.
I can stomach it. It's okay. It doesn't ruin my day. It's not the best part. You know, the coffee break is usually the best part, but yeah, it's tolerable.
Yeah. Well, good.
It's not tragic. So, and at this point, I've worked in quite a few different areas of nursing. I've done ER, I've done critical access, done school nursing, been in primary care, and now I taught at a university for a semester. That was pretty fun.
That's cool.
And then now moving to education. So kind of making my way.
You got like into it because of research.
Mm-hmm. So which is kind of fun.
Too. Would you ever want to go back to research or?
Possibly. Yeah. It's really interesting. It's mostly healthy patients. So that's kind of fun. They all want to be there. So that's cool. You know, it's volunteer. They're not like, I'm sick, so I'm here. They're like, hey, you want to make me sick and see if you can make it better? And you're like, maybe.
You get to play evil scientist. That's fun.
That's my favorite. Yeah, absolutely. No, it's fun because you get to talk to people. I love that. People have the best stories. And actually, like, I don't know, that was fun in the ER. People have great stories in the ER. Lots of weird stuff happens. But working with veterans, this has been my favorite. They have the stories. And you can give them a little bit of crap because they can take it, which works out really well for me because I'm not touchy-feely. I don't do the touchy-feely. That's not my style. So a little bit of tough love. I love that. That's awesome.
Well, they're veterans, so they've actually seen like real shit. So so joking with them is nothing for them.
It's fantastic. It's so fun. And man, they have great stories. If you'll listen, you'll hear some awesome stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. I like that a lot. And I feel like I'm doing some good, you know. That's pretty nice. Cool. It's a good population to serve. I feel like they're worth it. You get to be a special little flower when you come to the VA. When you're out in the real world, nobody gives a crap about you. You're just another person. But
Yeah. Feels nice.
yeah, so it's kind of cool. Be a special little.
And like, what are some other types of nursing that you would want to do?
I don't know. I had toyed with the idea of doing informatics.
What's that?
Like data gathering and research from sort of a more data-driven point of view, trying to make nursing and healthcare better from statistics, which is pretty fun. And then also looking at like electronic charting, which is obviously a really big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole VA, so all 129 facilities are moving to a new electronic health record, which is a really big deal. They're all over the course of about 10 years. And Spokane is going to be the first site to go live.
Really? When?
Yeah.
When will that happen theoretically?
Theoretically, probably in the next few months. We were supposed to go live in March of last year.
Okay.
That didn't happen. Other stuff took precedence. So I've been working on that project for the last year and a half or so, trying to help build this program and make it be right for the VA. It's a commercial program. It's going to be great, but it's been a lot of work. It's taken me to Kansas City a few times, they have really good barbecue there. So not complaining about that. That's kind of fun. It gets me out of, the daily grind, keeps me from getting bored. So that's good. That's fun.
And well, talking about Kansas City, like all the places that you've been, like you started out in Seattle and then you were in Bozeman, Reno, Spokane. Am I missing somewhere?
Well, Bremerton, but that's basically
Bremerton.
Yeah.
But it's all except Reno, kind of the Northwest.
Yeah.
Is there somewhere that you want to go outside of the Northwest? To keep you interested, opposed. To stop you from being bored?
I don't know. I like it here.
Yeah.
For the most part, the weather's pretty nice. It doesn't get too extreme one way or the other. Gets a little hotter in Spokane than I'd like it to, but whatever, it's fine. It's tolerable. There's stuff to do outside. You can go outside almost all year round, with, a few days exception. And for the most part, I like the politics here. It suits me pretty well. Some exceptions, but lifestyle-wise, it's pretty nice. And actually in Spokane, so we live on a little over 8 acres, and I live 15 minutes from downtown.
Wow, that's nice.
So, and it's affordable. You can't do that a lot of places.
Yeah.
This is nice. My neighbors can't see in windows,
That's nice. Are you doing anything with the land, or is it just there?
It's a work in progress. We've sort of been chipping away at it. Came with like 0 landscaping. We had 1 tree, which almost fell down this winter, which is pretty sad. We got an early snow. It snowed September 30th. And like a heavy wet snow. The tree still had all of its leaves on it. It got really windy.
Too early, man. That's too early.
Yeah, it was really tragic. So it knocked down like the whole top half of the tree.
Oh, no.
We were like, it's a goner for sure. Our 1 tree. But it seems to be making a recovery. It's not in great shape, but it's alive, which is good. So that's been fun. We planted a big garden. Did a lot better last year. This year's been pretty rough. I don't know. We planted it kind of late. It's been a weird spring. I think maybe we'll get carrots.
Yeah. Nice.
Which is fine.
My aunt, the mom of the cousin in Kalispell, she actually lives in Cheney. And she's raising a herd of cattle that are like super specific. Like, I don't know anything about it, but my mom tries to explain it to me sometimes. And like
Mhm.
the type of cattle is incredibly specific for
Hmm.
something that my aunt wants. And she also imported this special cattle dog from
Oh,
Bulgaria or somewhere. That's
wow.
like, yeah, she had it flown in all the way from there because it's like the smartest cattle dog that's ever existed.
Huh. Well, that's pretty
So
cool.
yeah, she's got a whole operation going on there in Cheney, and that
That's pretty,
like you said, it's cheap.
yeah,
So
affordable. You know, it's nice. We have a barn. We haven't put any animals in it yet. And we have room. We could probably do like one cow, um, maybe some alpaca or goats or something like that. The goal was to get chickens this year and then try to do a bigger animal next year. But COVID kind of killed our chicken plan this year.
well, if you got a goat, the goat would clear out the land, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it would be less of a meadow. Right now it's just a big meadow. Yeah,
So
which is fine. We planted like 90 baby trees when we got here a couple of years ago, and I think maybe 20 of them lived, which is fine. They're like 2 feet high. So in 20 years there'll maybe be 5 big trees.
some shade on your meadow.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah. So that'll be cool. Probably won't be here in years, but that's all right.
Someone will.
Somebody will. Who knows? Yeah. It'll be all right.
That's nice.
No, it's nice. We like it. We're, working on putting in a patio and in our one shady spot.
Under the tree or by the house?
Yeah, like next to it, in between the garage and the tree. It'll be a nice space, but like with any DIY project, it's been a month longer than we thought it would take.
Yeah. That's how
It's
it
okay.
goes.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Nice.
Picking away at it.
So is Spokane your favorite place so far, or did you have
Mm,
a more favorite town that you were in?
I think I probably liked living in Bozeman a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even though it
but
was full of all those Californians?
yeah, it's probably gotten worse now. This has been about 4 years since we left there, but it was good. It was tolerable. It's a cute little town. It's got like 40,000 people. And it's prettier. Spokane's, I don't know, got some mountains in the distance.
It's pretty empty from what I remember of being in Spokane.
Yeah, it's a little empty, but it's got some nice features. There are stores, there's places to go. There's usually things to do. They're all closed, but lots of parks.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's
And
pretty kid, so that's good.
And now, like, it seems like you're living in small towns, like, and you grew up in Seattle. So
Yeah,
are
proper.
you preferring small towns now? Are you a small town girl after growing up in the big city?
I kind of like living far out a little bit.
Yeah. Why?
It suits my I don't love people to be very close to me thing, so that works pretty good. No, it's nice. It's got an appeal. There's enough to do without it being so crowded. I don't know. Every time I go back to Seattle now, like the traffic makes me super anxious. People are so close. It's just stressful. Like everybody's on top of each other. You gotta back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is better.
and you have no idea, like São Paulo is a whole other level.
Oh yeah. Because that's super packed, right?
Yeah, there's 30 million people here.
Oh geez.
In the metro area.
Wow. How close are you? Are you in metro area or?
I'm like in the city.
In the heart of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, you went from small town to big town to super, super big town. Yeah. You went the other way.
The other direction, yeah. I grew up on a 50-acre tree farm.
Yep. And now here you are.
Here I am in a 500 square foot apartment.
Mm-hmm. In a different hemisphere, even. It's a big deal.
And now because of COVID, I never leave the apartment. So these 500 square feet is my life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I guess that's enough. I don't know.
It's feeling a little bit closed in now after 5 months. It's
I bet it does. Yeah. This is nice. We're pretty spread out. Plenty of room to run around.
Yeah.
Swing set, so we got that going.
Nice.
It's been good, especially when the parks are closed. Got to have some outlet. But
cool. Well, I don't think I have any other questions I wanted to ask you, but did you have anything you wanted to ask me about Brazil or whatever?
Yeah. What do you think? Are you liking it there?
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting a little tired of the big city. We were just talking about it. And
with your 500 square feet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even before COVID, I was we would go on weekend trips to the country, some countries, and stay there and a bed and breakfast or something. And I'd really dig it. Oh man, this is so cool. And we go into the town and to a tiny little coffee shop that no one goes to. The owner is there reading a book, and it seems like he's been reading the book for 4 hours since the last person stopped for coffee, right? And we walk in and we're like, hey man, we'd like a coffee, and he's annoyed that there are customers.
Yeah, he's in a minute.
Exactly. Let me finish this chapter. Just calm down.
I'll get to you when I get to you. Yeah. You take your high-speed energy and.
Exactly. And I love it. It's really cool. And my job now, before COVID, I actually went to people to give them classes. But now it's all online. And if Allie can get an online job, then I don't know, maybe sometime in the future we'll say screw the city and move.
You could go anywhere.
Anywhere. Yeah. Who knows? And we've actually been watching a lot of on the YouTube channel for Expedia, they have these travel videos that are each 5 minutes long. Yeah. And I've been addicted to the ones about the Pacific Islands, the tiny little islands in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific.
Oh yeah.
And I'm gonna go there. This island has 47 residents that are all from the same family. I'm moving there. Yeah.
That might be cool. I don't know. Yeah. Well, I suppose it's a possibility.
Yeah. But other than too many people, Brazil is pretty cool. The food is delicious.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous. That sounds really good. I could go for some Brazilian food right now.
So many different kinds of fruit that you've never heard of. If you go to the grocery store in the United States, they have one type of banana.
Yeah.
But down here, there's 100 different bananas.
God, who knew? That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's kind of good. And they have good meat there, right?
Yes. The barbecue here is amazing.
Yeah.
They have the Brazilian barbecue restaurants there, where you go in and they just keep bringing meat to the table until you force them to stop.
Right. You're like, that's enough. And they're like, 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is good. That's how I grew up, so.
And then later you get sick because you ate too much meat, but.
Well, it's a trade-off. That's all right.
But that's how it goes.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's good. Would you think about moving somewhere else in Brazil where it's a smaller town or like whole new country?
I don't know. I mean, if we both had really like online jobs, there are a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of countries in the world that give you permanent visas for remote work.
Wow. Yeah, they just want people to live there.
Yeah, they want you to live there and spend money there. So
Mm-hmm.
well, maybe, I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think that's kind of happening in Italy right now because they're trying to repopulate some of their small towns that got just totally demolished.
Yeah, and Italy has a real like population problem in general because it's such an
Mm-hmm.
old place. There's just tons of
Yeah,
old people in Italy, so they're like desperate for young people to move there.
right. Old people don't tend to make new people.
Generally, no.
No, we hope. I don't know. Modern science and whatnot. Anything's possible.
And Italians are pretty frisky, so
Well, that is true. But they've been frisky for a long time. So if that was going to be the solution, probably would have happened already.
yeah, that's true.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Just postulating. Making it up as I go. It's how I roll.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly winging it 97% of the time. It works for me.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah. Most of the time. Some pitfalls. That's all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you remember drinking socks? Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Gotta stay hydrated. So terrible. It's like 19 and so pathetic. Like,
no,
it's just a sock.
It's not a beer. It's a sock covered.
It's a sock.
Beverage.
There's definitely just water in here. Why would there be water in a sock? Why would you do that?
It's keeping it cold in the middle of winter.
Yeah. Literally on campus. Like, zero shits are given. Just, this is happening. I'm at least trying to be discreet, but it's happening. I'm drunk, so who cares? Pretty much.
I'm drunk, so everyone else must be too.
Obviously.
That's the 19-year-old.
No one sees through me. Nobody sees through me. I got this.
It's 19-year-old logic right there.
Well, don't you miss being 19? It's the best. You have enough ability to like do things because you're technically an adult, but nobody expects shit from you because you're 19. You're a bonehead. Mm-hmm. So you can get away with whatever you want. You just do shit. You're like, oh, I'm 19.
Like the quad stock party where there were all these people in my dorm room and we got busted by the campus police. And then we were like, oh no, we don't go to school here. We don't
go here.
We're from another school. And then everyone left the room.
Even though, like, you know us, you've seen us every day, you work in my dorm, but I don't go here. As though that's like...
Wait. Someone must go here. This must be someone's dorm room. No.
Nope. No.
He's somewhere else right now. We're going to leave.
Yeah. And the best part was they were like, okay.
Sure.
They don't want to bust you any more than you want to be busted.
It's too much paperwork, man.
Yeah. Oh, no paper. Oh, I miss that. Now I'm an adult. People expect things.
You're making new adults.
Oh. Yeah, that's hard. It's a lot of work.
What are you going to do when your kids are 19? And they're like,
I don't know.
No,
it's hard.
I can do that, but I'm also stupid. So what?
it's hard enough because right now I have a 3-year-old, and when she does stuff that's like not smart, not good, I have to try really hard not to laugh because then she's just gonna do it more. Oh, like 80% of parenting is just being a total hypocrite. Like, no, don't jump in the bathroom. You're gonna slip and fall. Like, I've never jumped in the bathroom before. No jumping on the bed. You're gonna get hurt. Don't climb your dresser.
But Mom, I'm short.
Yeah.
You're short too, Mom.
Yeah, all the time. How do you think I reach stuff? I climbed on the dresser. Can't let it happen. You have to say no.
Or when they're being bad, but very, very cute at the same time.
Yes, you have to try not to laugh. And mine's funny. Like, that's the problem. She's really hysterical. I want to laugh. Super naughty. And she's a filthy liar. Like, that's totally my fault. I know it. That's all me. She's like, yeah, Dad gave this to me. I'm like, no, he didn't. You little liar, get out of here. She tells these stories. God, it cracks me up. She came home with a Band-Aid one day. I'm like, where'd you get a Band-Aid? And she was like, oh, I got it when we went to the park yesterday and I fell off the slide. And I'm like, nope, we didn't do that. She's like, I think we did. Nope, never happened. She told me this really elaborate story about how she made this really big snow pile at the neighbor's house. It was like really tall, like 6 feet tall, full of snow. And she took her bike and she rode it up to the top, and then she slid down super, super fast and she broke her arm. Nope. That never happened. But she's like telling me about it like, yeah, Mom, don't you remember?
Gaslighting you.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's hysterical. You're like, that's a great story. You have a really cool imagination. But that shit never happened. Like, you're crazy. You're a kid. It's funny.
Does she already know, like, which parent, which of you she should ask for which specific thing?
Oh, yes. Yeah, she's a super manipulator. And I've already had the talk with her teachers, like, only believe half of what she says about me, and I'll only believe half of what she says about you, and we'll be good. That's sad. She's 3.
She's only going to get smarter. That's the problem. Like,
yeah, you know what she did? We went to the pool, and she stole a little ball, like a little foam ball from the pool. And she was told, like, that's the pool's. You have to put it back on the way out. And she was like, oh, okay. She didn't. She totally didn't put it back. So I'm getting her in the car, and she's still holding the ball. And I was like, hey, you were supposed to put that back. And she looks at it, and she's like, hey, Mom, pool starts with a P. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, this doesn't have a P on it. This says TMCC. This is not the pool's ball because it does not say pool. So I took it because it's not theirs.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm not mad.
Game, respect, game.
You logicked that out. Like, you win. Yeah, you get to keep the ball.
No, you should have been like, well, that's true, but it's a blue ball, right? And water is blue. So
yeah,
you got to take it back to the pool where the water is.
Where the water is. Well, we talked about how, like, all of her stuff doesn't have her name in it. So not all the pool stuff is going to have the pool's name on it.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, right. But in the moment, you got to give it to her because, man, that's solid. And Chris and I were just laughing because we were like, one day we're going to be in court with this kid, either with her in a suit or with her in a jumpsuit, one way or another. She's either going to be a lawyer or a criminal, and she's going to be feeding some judge this bullshit.
Or a criminal lawyer. She's going to be like Better Call Saul,
Yes.
man.
Yeah, and we're like, we'll go to support, but really just for entertainment, because I can't wait to hear what you come up with. It's fantastic. Like, this doesn't say pool. Nope. I took it.
Or politician.
Oh, fuck, I hope not. That would be terrible. That's worst case scenario.
She's got all the skills.
No.
She's shameless and a very good liar. It's good to go.
Yeah, maybe she'll grow out of some of it. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, I just want the next one to be a little bit dumber. Just not a lot.
All right.
Just a little bit, so that I could pull like just a little bit of wool over its eyes.
I'm saving this clip, and then in, a few years we'll show it to your younger one.
And I'll be like, I'm sorry.
I'm thankful, but also sorry.
Like, it's true. I said it. I meant it.
And it happened.
Like,
so
I said what I said. Yep, I said what I said.
But look at your sister. Just look at her. Do you want that? Is that what you want?
Nobody wants that. Come on. That's fantastic. We'll see. It'll be what it'll be. Yeah. It really, it took us 3 years to build up the nerve to even think about another one. It's hard.
That's a lot of scarring, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But it's mostly entertaining.
Well, you want to make sure that you get them under 4 years apart, so that some poor high school administrator has to deal with both of them at the same time.
That'd be good. Sorry, not sorry.
This is your problem today.
Your problem now. That's how I feel every day when I drop her off already. I'm like, good luck for the next 9 hours. I'll see you later. Call if she's bleeding, I guess.
A lot.
Yeah. Like, not a little bit. Like, profusely. Then you can call.
Stitches bleeding. Band-Aid bleeding? Yeah. I don't want to hear about it.
I don't care about that. No, they bring me incident reports, and they're like, yeah, she got a bloody nose today. And I'm like, was she doing something stupid? Like, I don't need to sign that. That's fine. Kids bump. It's okay.
They're built to be tough. They're built to survive. That's
right. She didn't break anything. So far, so good. No, she's pretty tough. She's a good kid. She just sucks the life out of you most days. But she's 3. I think they're supposed to do that when they're 3.
What about when she's 13?
Yeah, I'm really nervous about that, actually. Yeah. She's already told me that when I tell her to do things she doesn't want to do, she's not going to do them. So 13's going to be rough.
Just take her for a day visit to juvie.
Yeah, I don't know. 13, I might be going to get milk in Wisconsin. I'll be back. I don't know. Do they still do boarding school? Is that a thing?
You can send her to Hogwarts. There you go.
Yeah. Drop her off at the train station. Good luck. Try to get through the barrier. Let me know how that works out for you. Here's an owl for luck.
Thanks, everybody, for watching another week with us. And thanks, Lisa, for showing up and talking with me all about Spokane, about nursing, about COVID, about raising your daughter to be a sociopath. We hope not.
Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell.
And maybe someday someday later, we'll check back in with you, make sure you're doing all right in whatever city or town or island
Who knows?
we're living in. But until then, toodaloo.
All right, toodles. Thanks, Ryan.